You're sipping a zero-calorie soda, thinking you've outsmarted sugar and slashed your calories. But what if that drink is actually tricking your body? For years, we've believed diet sodas are a guilt-free treat, but emerging research suggests the reality is much more complicated. In fact, a 2017 survey showed roughly 41% of US adults and 25% of children regularly use low-calorie sweeteners, highlighting how common this behavior has become. Many health experts now warn that artificially sweetened drinks can disrupt our metabolism, mood, and even gut health, potentially leading to weight gain and other issues. For some history, diet sodas took off as a healthier alternative in the 1970s and 80s when low-calorie soft drinks were introduced. Millions embraced the idea of soda without sugar. But intriguingly, even as diet drink sales boomed, rates of obesity and diabetes continued to rise. That paradox has puzzled scientists. Could the diet soda itself be a hidden part of the story? In this video, we're diving deep into the diet soda debate to separate fact from fiction. At first glance, diet sodas and sugar-free sweeteners look like a great deal. They promise the same sweet flavor with none of the calories. Artificial sweeteners are hundreds to thousands of times sweeter than table sugar, so only a tiny amount is needed. The FDA has approved a handful of these sugar substitutes: aspartame, saccharin, sucralose, stevia, and more for use in foods. For example, aspartame is now used in thousands of products worldwide, including most diet colas and many sugar-free foods. These sweeteners are added to millions of products, not just sodas. Sugar-free yogurts, protein bars, diet condiments, and even reduced-calorie peanut butter often contain them. Diet drinks have been marketed for decades as the healthy swap for sugary soda, and today, roughly 20% of Americans consume diet beverages on any given day. That's millions of people thinking they're making a smart choice. But no calories doesn't automatically mean no problem. The very appeal of diet soda relies on the idea of getting sweetness without consequence. Manufacturers paint diet drinks as guilt-free treats, but as we'll see, our bodies sometimes see them very differently. When sweetness becomes a trap, it turns out our bodies may not always buy the zero-calorie promise. Normally, sweetness and calories travel together as a team. When we taste something sweet, the brain signals insulin and other hormones to prepare for incoming glucose. Diet drinks break that link. A nutrition expert notes, switching from regular to diet soda may offer a short-term cut in calories, but your body won't be fooled for long. Research suggests your body reacts to artificial sweeteners in ways that may actually sabotage weight loss. In practice, this might mean you snack on cake or chips after a diet cola because your body is demanding the energy it anticipated. Essentially, when the body senses sweetness, it gets ready for fuel. But if no real sugar ever comes, the system gets confused. One health blog explains that a diet soda's super sweet flavor makes the body release sugar processing hormones, and then cravings for sweets skyrocket. Over time, this can condition the body to demand more sweet and calorie-rich foods to satisfy the promise of sweetness. Think of it like a broken vending machine. Your body kept inserting sweet taste but got no calories, so it starts shaking the machine harder. In a way, your body is learning that sweetness doesn't mean real food is coming, which can blunt normal fullness signals. In other words, drinking diet soda can ironically make you crave sugar more, risking weight. Real stories from soda fans. It's not just research papers. Everyday people notice changes when they give up diet soda. On forums and social media, diet drinkers share eye-opening stories. For example, one person who quit diet sodas wrote, "I started to notice that when I drank, I would get a craving for snacks shortly after. A couple of months ago, I decided to take a break and drink water instead. The snack cravings have since disappeared almost entirely. It's making my weight loss and fitness journey much easier by not drinking diet drinks." Another person reported dramatic improvements in digestion and weight. "I used to have 3 Coke Zeros a day. I was bloated and had bad IBS. I have now stopped, except for 1 can a day. I'm not bloated anymore, and my IBS symptoms are 99% gone. I have even lost weight. Life-changing. Yet another celebrated a dental benefit. My dental health improved dramatically. Citric acid and carbonation are hell on tooth enamel. These anecdotes aren't clinical trials, but the pattern is striking. Many people report feeling better, less bloating, fewer cravings, even weight loss, after dropping diet soda. When so many personal stories match what research suggests, it's hard to ignore that an effect is happening. Of course, results vary. Some people say they feel no difference after quitting, but the numerous reports of positive change are hard to ignore. Even I found this effect personally. I used to drink a couple of diet sodas daily. After I cut them out and switched to water, I realized my sweet cravings disappeared and I felt more energetic. It was like my body was finally out of the sugar loop. These real-world experiences echo the scientific data and hint that diet soda habitually produces noticeable changes. Compass expert weight and cravings. One of the biggest surprises is that diet soda drinkers can end up gaining weight. It sounds backwards. How could a zero-calorie drink make you fatter? Think about it. If drinking diet soda causes you to eat just 1 extra cookie a day, that can erase its zero-calorie benefit within days. Constant sweet taste keeps the body on alert for food. Cleveland Clinic experts explain that artificial sweeteners can increase your desire for high-calorie foods, putting you at greater risk of weight gain. In studies, diet drink consumption is often linked to larger waistlines and metabolic issues. Shockingly, researchers found that nearly all the extra obesity risk from soda came from the diet soda group, not the regular sodas. In one major analysis, each can of diet soda per day was tied to a 41% higher chance of becoming overweight. That counterintuitive finding stunned many diet drink fans. Consider these key issues. Increased appetite. The sweet taste without actual calories tricks your body into hunger, often leading you to eat more. Diet mentality. Some people treat diet soda as quote-unquote free pass and compensate by eating larger meals or treats. Weight gain data. Studies show daily diet soda drinkers often gain weight. For instance, each can of diet soda per day was linked to a 41% higher risk of becoming overweight. In practice, someone drinking diet soda may think, I saved calories with this soda, so I deserve dessert. This saved calorie mindset can easily backfire. Diet soda can make you feel like you've cut calories, even if you end up consuming more elsewhere. If each day you add just 100 extra calories in snacks, that's over 35,000 extra calories a year, enough for 10 pounds of fat. Over time, a small imbalance like this adds up. In forums, people joke about swapping Diet Coke for coffee or water after learning such studies. Blood sugar and diabetes risk. Many people with diabetes switch to diet soda to avoid sugar spikes. But this swap may not be as harmless as it seems. Even without sugar, these sweeteners can stimulate insulin. In one experiment, participants who drank the sweetener sucralose saw both insulin and blood glucose rise afterwards. Over time, repeated insulin surges can fuel insulin resistance, the precursor to type 2 diabetes. Long-term population studies echo these concerns. In one major study, overweight or obese adults who drank diet soda daily had a 63% higher risk of developing diabetes over 11 years compared to those who barely drank it. The researchers concluded that switching to diet soda may not lower the risk of diabetes, and cautioned that diet soda cannot be ruled out as an independent diabetes risk factor. Insulin spikes. Tasting sweetness can trigger insulin release. A study found sucralose caused rises in both insulin and glucose levels in humans. Higher diabetes risk. Overweight adults who drank 1 diet soda daily had a 63% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to rare drinkers. Even public health bodies are cautious. The World Health Organization recently advised against using artificial sweeteners for weight loss, noting they were linked to, quote, potential undesirable effects, unquote, like higher diabetes and heart disease risk. In short, diet soda may have no sugar, but it still can stress our sugar handling systems. Brain and mood effects. Sweetness isn't just about calories, it's also about reward. MRI studies show diet soda drinkers often have higher activation in brain regions tied to craving rich, sweet foods. In other words, their reward centers light up more when they see fatty, sugary treats. It's like diet soda is a little radar ping for the sweets brain circuit, making users want real sugar even more. There are even hints of mental and cognitive links. A controlled trial found that people on a high aspartame diet reported more irritability and mild depression than when on a low aspartame diet. Large observational data back this up. One analysis of 32,000 people found that the highest diet soda consumers had a 37% higher risk of depression than non-consumers. Other studies have linked daily diet soda to smaller brain volume and memory issues in older adults and a triple risk of stroke or dementia over a decade. Heightened cravings. MRI studies show diet soda drinkers have more activity in brain areas linked to sweet and fatty food cravings. Observational studies tied daily diet soda to a higher risk of stroke, dementia, and depression. SOSOM. We should note these are correlations, not proven cause and effect. But a notable example, a 2014 mice study found that aspartame consumption led to anxiety-like behaviors and even changes passed to the next generation. In the study, descendants of the mice also showed altered brain markers. While mice aren't humans, it underscores that sweeteners can powerfully affect brain chemistry. One summary bluntly stated, artificial sweeteners may increase risk of depression as well as a risk of stroke and heart attack. In practice, if drinking diet soda leaves you feeling edgy or craving comfort foods, it's a signal to pay attention. Gut health and microbes. We're learning that our gut bacteria are vital to health, and diet sweeteners may upset this ecosystem. For example, a 2014 Nature study showed mice consuming common artificial sweeteners developed glucose intolerance due to significant shifts in their gut microbiota. These results in animals suggest sweeteners can rapidly change microbial balance. Other data add to the picture. Saccharin and sucralose, for instance, quote, can dramatically alter healthy bacteria levels in the gut, unquote, potentially affecting digestion and metabolism. In a striking human study, researchers sampled volunteers' small intestines and found that those regularly consuming non-sugar sweeteners had significant changes in their gut bacteria and predicted metabolic function compared to non-users. Essentially, constant exposure to sweeteners can shift which microbes thrive in our gut. Altered gut flora. For example, a study found that people consuming non-sugar sweeteners had significantly different intestinal bacteria and predicted metabolism. Digestive distress. Conversely, many report fewer stomach issues after quitting. One person's severe IBS symptoms improved 99% when they stopped drinking diet soda. Why does this matter? Gut microbes influence everything from blood sugar to immunity to mood. Disrupting them could contribute to inflammation or metabolic imbalance. Anecdotes align with science. As noted above, bloating and IBS often ease once diet sodas are cut out. If your gut feels calmer without artificial sweeteners, that's a clue it wasn't a benign addition. Other health concerns. Beyond weight and metabolism, some studies flag additional worries with heavy diet drink use. For the heart, even one diet soda a day was linked to higher odds of irregular heartbeat, atrial fibrillation, and hypertension. The kidneys may suffer too. Research ties regular soda intake, diet or not, to increased risk of chronic kidney disease and kidney stones. Liver fat is another issue. One report found a strong correlation between diet soda consumption and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Atrial fibrillation and BP. One diet soda a day was associated with higher risk of atrial fibrillation and high blood pressure. Kidney issues. Regular soda intake, even diet, is linked to greater risk of chronic kidney disease and kidney stones. Bone and teeth. Phosphoric acid in colas, diet or regular, can weaken bones over time. The citric and carbonic acids in soda erode tooth enamel, hurting dental health. Pregnancy. In one large study, pregnant women drinking at least one diet soda daily had significantly higher odds, up to 1.8 times, of preterm delivery. It's important to separate hype from fact. A common myth is that diet soda causes cancer. However, multiple health agencies, like the FDA, have reviewed decades of data and found no evidence that approved sweeteners cause cancer in humans. So skipping cancer worries, the main issues with diet soda appear metabolic and systemic. One caveat: some bone studies point to the phosphoric acid in sodas as the culprit, not the sweetener itself. But since diet colas usually have that acid too, heavy use still carries risk. A myth debunk. Putting it all together, the label diet on soda is more marketing than medicine. The promise was enjoy sweetness, skip calories, but our bodies don't always cooperate. By consuming intense sweetness with zero energy, we often end up hungrier, more insulin resistant, and at risk of weight gain, the opposite of the intent. A recent review warns of, quote, mounting evidence of potential negative health effects, unquote, from excessive diet soda consumption. In short, the no sugar, no problem myth is crumbling. It's worth noting how this narrative took hold. Early studies funded by beverage companies often reported no issues, so people believed diet sodas were harmless. Only over time have many independent researchers questioned that story. This evolving science is why myths persist until enough data accumulates to challenge them. Of course, skeptics rightly point out that most findings are observational. People who drink lots of diet soda may have other risk factors like poor diet or obesity that drive health problems. Correlation isn't proof of causation. Nevertheless, when dozens of studies in thousands of people keep finding similar warning signs across weight, diabetes, gut, and brain, it suggests these links are not just coincidence. It's also worth noting that diet soda isn't pure poison. If you only sip it occasionally, the impact is probably minimal. But downing multiple cans every day is a different story. Think of it like fast food. One burger might not ruin a diet, but eating them daily would. A nutritionist quipped, "People act like they can drink 7 Diet Cokes a day because it's 0 calories, and still eat whatever they want," which usually ends up backfiring. The key is balance. Water, unsweetened tea or coffee, and whole foods should be the foundation of your diet. Armed with these facts, you can make beverage choices aligned with your health goals rather than marketing hype. Think twice next time you reach for that 4th Diet Coke of the day. For more information, check the links, studies, and articles in the video description. Being informed is your best tool against misinformation. Real advice, balance, and alternatives. So how do you put this into practice? The easiest rule is water first. Staying hydrated with plain water is ideal. If you crave fizz or flavor, try sparkling water, seltzer, with a splash of fruit or a squeeze of citrus. Unsweetened tea or coffee, black, green, herbal, are also excellent choices. Add a little milk or real sugar only if you must. If you need sweetness, whole foods or natural sweeteners are wiser. A small drizzle of honey or pure maple syrup, fresh fruit, or tiny amounts of stevia extract. For example, a handful of berries in carbonated water can feel like a treat without chemicals. Here are some practical tips. Track and limit. Keep a log of your diet soda and sweetener use. Seeing the numbers might motivate you to cut back. Gradual swaps. Replace 1 diet drink each day with water or tea, then 2, and so on. Small steps add up. Stay hydrated. Carry a water bottle. Drink a glass of water before meals and when craving a soda. Often thirst is confused with hunger. Balanced meals. Eat regular meals with protein and fiber. Don't skip breakfast or lunch. Doing so often leads to soda binges later. Mindful breaks. If you feel like grabbing a soda out of habit, stress, boredom, fatigue, pause. Walk around, stretch, or chew sugar-free gum instead. Join a support group, online communities, fitness forums, health subreddits can offer encouragement and ideas for cutting back on sweeteners. Finally, focus on a whole foods diet overall. Use diet soda as an occasional treat at most, not a daily routine. And listen to your body. Many people find their cravings and energy stabilize when they reduce or eliminate diet drinks. We've walked through the evidence. Diet sodas aren't the harmless shortcut they seem. 0 calories don't always mean 0 consequences. Our bodies can be tricked by artificial sweetness, often leading to more hunger and metabolic stress. While moderate use might be fine, relying on diet drinks as a daily fix is risky. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, hit like and subscribe for more myth-busting health tips. Share this with friends who love their sodas. They might be surprised by the hidden costs. And tell us in the comments, what's your experience? Have you tried giving up diet soda, or do you still swear by it? We love hearing your stories and tips. Remember, staying healthy is about smart choices, not easy promises. Let's stay sweet in taste and in life, but not fooled. Make informed decisions, one sip at a time.